good morning my dear students. I hope you all are doing well. Yesterday onwards we have started our new lesson, that is the proposal. Okay, the proposal, it's a one-act play written by who? Who is the author? Anton Chekhov, a Russian short story writer and a dramatist. We have discussed these things yesterday, and I think that you might have learned the meanings of the word proposal. Yeah. And I had given a homework that you should read the content given in page number 142 and 43 about Russian wedding. I hope that you did that too. And here we are dealing with what kind of a proposal? A marriage proposal. Yes. And do you remember who all are the characters in our play? First one is Stepan Stepanovich Chubukov and a landowner and his daughter Natalia Stepanovna. And the third character, an important character, is Ivan Vasilievich, their neighbor, 35 years old man who is asking the hand of Natalia for marriage. And yesterday we discussed that he came to whose house? Stepan Stepanovich's house for with the request of asking his daughter's hand in marriage, and he was so overexcited, and he was short in words. He was not aware of how to express his feelings and how to ask this thing to Stepan Stepanovich. We have discussed these things yesterday. We should continue the chapter, page number 145. Chubukov is overexcited, and by hearing that he is asking the hand of his daughter Natalia for marriage. Chubukov is saying joyfully, "By Jove, Ivan Vasilievich, say it again. I didn't hear it all." By excitement, he is saying, "I didn't hear it all. Can you please say it once again? I want to hear it once again." By Jove, the phrase by Jove here means by God. He's calling God. Out of that surprise, out of that excitement, he's calling God. By Jove, Ivan Vasilievich, say it again. I didn't hear it all. Can you please tell it once again? I want to hear it once again. Lomo, I have the honor to ask. Chubukov interrupting, "My dear fellow, I'm so glad," and so on. "Yes, indeed," and all that sort of thing. Embraces and kisses Lomov. "I have been hoping for it for a long time. It's been my continual desire," sheds a tear. "And I have always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son. May God give you both his help and his love and so on. And so much hope. What I behave in this idiotic way for. I'm off my balance with joy. Absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I'll go and call Natasha and all that." He's expressing his contentment and cheerfulness for getting this kind of a news. He was very much happy to hear this from Ivan Vasilievich, and for long days he has a desire to hear this news. That means in his mind he has this kind of a plan, because they both of them were wealthy families, and it will enhance their wealth more if they are having a marriage contract, or if they are having a relationship. Their property, their wealth will again increase. So Chubukov is very much excited and expressing his cheerfulness and contentment, and he is in short of words. He is not getting words, and he is saying that how silly I am, how in an idiotic way I am responding. What is the meaning of idiotic here? The word idiotic here means silly. That means he is behaving in a silly manner by hearing this kind of news, a very pleasant news, and he is going to Natasha to break out the news. He is going to call Natasha for breaking out this news. What news? That means Ivan Vasilievich came there for asking the hand of whom? Asking the hand of Natasha. Okay. Shall we continue? Yes. Lomo, greatly moved, honored Stepan Stepanovich, do you think I may count on her consent? Why, of course, Chubukov is responding. Why, of course, my darling, and as if she won't consent. She is in love, God. She is like a lousy cat, and so on. Shan't be long. Then Lomov was doubting that if she will consent for this marriage. Then Shubukov is explaining that why she will not consent. Definitely she will consent for this kind of a marriage, and she is like a lovesick cat. She is always longing for the love of Ivan Vasilevich. She is also expecting this, and now she will be very much happy to hear this good news. So the word egad, did you see? Here it means exclamation, a kind of exclamation which shows surprise or wonder. This word shows surprise or wonder. So he is going there for calling Natasha. And Lomo, it's cold. I'm trembling all over, just as if I had got an examination before me. The great thing is, I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I'll never get married. It's cold. Natalia Stepanovna is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement, drinks, and it's impossible for me not to marry. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age. So to speak, in second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I am excitable and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling and there is a twitch in my right eyebrow. But the very worst of all is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit and lie down again. But as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there is another pull and this may happen 20 times. In this long conversation, in this long part, he is telling about himself, what all problems he is having and what he is, how much old he is, what all health problems are there and how he is feeling now about Natasha and why he is thinking about a marriage in this age. He himself says that I am 35 years old and it's a critical stage, a critical age. So I can't lead a life without getting married. So I am thinking about marriage. Here in page number 45, we can see it's cold and he is trembling. I am trembling all over, just as if I got an examination before me. That means he is thinking that in front of him he is having an examination, like as if like that he is trembling, he is shivering because he don't know what will be Natasha's response. The great thing is I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. He is saying that if I am pondering this thing or I am procrastinating this thing for long or thinking about an ideal couple or thinking about an ideal partner, then my marriage won't take place. So now I am thinking about Natasha and she is a well-educated woman and overall she is a good housewife. She is doing all the household work and not bad looking, somewhat good looking girl, well educated. What more I do want? What more I do want from a girl? But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement and he was so excited and again he is drinking water. And it's impossible for me to not to marry. And he is telling his age, that is 35, and he is suffering out of palpitations. Have you heard about palpitations? Palpitation. Do you know what is palpitation? Palpitation means irregular heartbeat due to agitation. Sometimes he is getting irregular heartbeats, irregular or strong or irregular heartbeats due to agitation. Sometimes he is getting, and it is evident in his body. So this guy, he is facing this health problem, and some other problem is also there. Sometimes his lips are trembling when he is experiencing palpitation, and there will be a twitch in his right eyebrow. Twitch. The word twitch means movement. Sometimes when he is experiencing palpitation, there will be a quick movement in his right eyebrow. And during the time of sleep, what is happening there? During the time of sleep, he is feeling some kind of a pull over his right shoulder, and he will jump from the bed and he will walk there, and finally he will again come and lie down in the bed. Again he will experience the same thing. That means he is experiencing this thing over 20 times. These things he is explaining about him. What is he and why he is thinking about a marriage now. All these things are explained in that long conversation. Then Natalia Stepanovna comes in. That means he is coming to the stage. Natalia, well there, it's you, and Papa said, go, there is a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilievich? Then Natalia became surprised by seeing Vasilievich there, and she didn't thought about Vasilievich there, and she is telling that Papa said to her that there was a merchant come for his goods, and so that she came there in that attire, and she is asking, how do you do? What about you? How are you? She is asking. Then Lomo is saying, how do you do? Honored Natalia Stepanova. He is again asking, how do you do? That means, what about you? How are you? He is asking. Natalia, you must excuse my apron and negligee. We are shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. They seat themselves. Won't you have some lunch? Natalia is excusing and asking pardon to whom? Asking pardon to Vasilievich, just because that she is not in a good attire. She is in home and was doing some kind of household work. That means she is shelling peas for drying. So she is in her apron and negligee. Negligee here means nightgown. The word negligee here means nightgown. The word in Russian language that means nightgown. Okay, the word means nightgown. She is asking pardon to Vasilievich for the apron and the dress that she is wearing now. We are shelling peas for drying. Already she is explaining why she is in that attire, in that outfit. They seated there themselves, and she is offering a lunch to whom? Vasilievich. Then Vasilievich is saying, no thank you, I have had some already. No thank you, I already had my lunch. Natalia, then smoke. Here are some matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything at all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit. But what's this? Why you are in evening dress? Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? She's offering, if she refuse the offer of lunch, and then she's again offering smoke. And they were talking about the climate that they are experiencing now, and yesterday it was a terrible climate, means it was not a good climate they experienced. And she has collected and stacked so much hay, but now she is thinking that it's not good for her because maybe there is a chance to get this hay rot. So she is talking all these things to Vasilievich and saying that and what about you, have you collected and arranged this hay? She is asking to Vasilievich. Vasilievich is not answering anything there, and then she noticed that outfit which Vasilievich is now wearing, and then she is asking, why you are in this outfit, why you are in this evening dress, and are you going to a ball? Ball here means a grand party, means it will have dances and singing. Okay, are you going to a ball or some other occasion are you going? Maybe that's why you are in this good attire and good outfit. Is it so? She is asking the reason. Similarly, her father Stepan Stepanovich also asked about her outfit, about his outfit, why he is in that outfit. Then Lomo, excited. You see, honored Natalia Stepanovna, the fact is, I have made my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry. But aside, it's awfully cold. Now he is trying to introduce the thing, trying to express his feelings to Natalia, and before that he is very much excited and telling, you see, honored Natalia Stepnova, the fact is I have made my mind. I was thinking about something for a long time, and I want to tell you something, and of course maybe you will be surprised, maybe you may get angry to me. I don't know how you will respond. And I'm feeling very much cold now. Then Natalia is asking, what's the matter? Well, then tell me, what is the matter? She is asking. Lomo, I shall try to be brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepnova, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. The Lomos and the Chubukos have always had the most friendly and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwoods. Again, he is giving some introduction. That means he wants to say something. Before that, he is reassuring the good relationship and that both of them having. That means the Lomos family and the Chibukos family, they were in good relation from the very beginning, and they have good contacts and they are in good terms. Both the families are there in good terms. He is reassuring and confirming all these things in front of Natalia. And honored Natalia, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, that the privilege of knowing your family. From my childhood itself, I am knowing your family. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. That means you know that from my late aunt and her husband, I got this land and I inherited all this wealth. They also regarded your father and your late mother with a great respect. And we both, the Lomos family and Chubukos family, had good relationship. And the most friendly manner they were. And I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You know that my land is next to your house. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwoods. And he is saying about a part of his land, that is oxen meadows. Oxen meadows means a land full of grass, that is used for animals, especially for cattle. Okay, and so this my oxen meadows are near to your house. The rest of the things that we can discuss tomorrow.